Let us pray. Almighty God, who in your wisdom and goodness have appointed the offices of leaders and county assemblies for the welfare of society and the just government of the people, we beseech you to behold with your abundant favor as your servants, whom you have been pleased to call to the performance of important trust in this republic. Let your blessing descend upon us here assembled, and grant that we treat and consider all matters that shall come under our deliberation in so just and faithful a manner as to promote your honor and glory, and to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of our country and of those whose interest we have committed to our church. Amen. Honorable members, I'll refer to our Standing Order 32-2, and therefore I'll request the Sergeant at Arms to ring quorum bell for the first 5 minutes. Honorable Nyauke kindly approach the chair. Honorable members, I'm not able to support the whip, even the deputy, but I'm able to support Honorable Nyauke seated on majority leader seat. So, as per our standing order, I'll still refer the sergeant at arm to ring the quorum bell for another 5 minutes. Honorable Nyauke, kindly confirm if you have quorum.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. We have quorum to transact business. Thank you.
Mr. Clerk, kindly take us to the order of the day.
The third assembly, fifth session, order paper number 418 of today, Thursday, 14th May 2026 at 2:30 p.m. Order number 1, administration of oath.
Next order.
Order number 2, communication from the chair.
Next order.
Order number 3, messages.
Next order.
Order number 4, petitions.
Next order.
Order number 5, papers.
Next order.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
Next order.
Order number 7, statements.
Honorable members, it is statement hour. Next order, Mr. Clerk.
Commencement of business. Order number 8, motion that pursuant to the provision of orders number 26, sub-order 1 of the standing orders, this House adopts the report of Administration of Law, Justice, Constitutional Affairs, Good Governance and Security Committee on the inquiry into the state of security in Kisumu County by the Honorable Moses Ochele, Chairperson.
Honorable Moses Ochele of Kanawawiti.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I'm a member of East Kano, Wawiti, not Kanawawiti. If I retain the name, they'll stone me. Madam Speaker, I rise Madam Speaker, I rise to the provisions of Standing Orders number 26, sub-order 2 of Kisumu County Assembly Standing Orders, to move the motion that this House adopts the report by the Committee on Administration of Law, Justice, Good Governance and Constitutional Affairs and Security on its consideration of the report on inquiry into the state of security in Kisumu County in accordance with the Standing Order number 193 of the Kisumu County Assembly Standing Orders. Madam Speaker and honorable members, the committee conducted sampled consideration of memoranda and public barazas across sub-counties, the most detailed of which was held at Gotowak, Nyalenda A Ward, Gotowak, Nyalenda B Ward, on 19th August 2025. The evidence gathered through those barazas, together with official statement and public available security data, disclose a pattern of systemic insecurity anchored in organized gang networks, narcotics trafficking, compromised law enforcement, recurrent flood-induced vulnerability, economic marginalization, and gender-based violence that demands an urgent and coordinated and legal grounded response. Honorable Madam Speaker and other members, having considered the state of the security across all 7 sub-counties of Kisumu County and analyzed the submissions made, the committee observed as follows. Committee observation on Kisumu Central Sub-County. The committee observed that security situation in Kisumu Central Sub-County and specifically in Nyalenda, Manyata, Nyamasari, and Obunga areas constitutes a direct and ongoing violation of the constitutional right to freedom and security of persons guaranteed under Article 29 of the Constitution. For instance, the specific, consistent, and detailed community testimony regarding the Nyalenda police station, including allegations of criminal complicity, demands immediate investigation by EPOA. The committee further observed that the OCS denial of all misconduct in the face of such specific and consistent community testimony is untenable. 3 years in command during which the alleged conditions have persisted constitutes a failure of command responsibility within the meaning of Section 24 of Public Officers Ethics Act, number 4 of 2003. Committee observation on Kisumu East Sub-County. The committee observed that the formal designation of Manyata, Obonga, and Ofunyu as gang hotspots by Nyanza Regional Commissioner lends official weight to community concerns. The documented use of firearms by criminal gangs in the sub-county elevates the threat level beyond what standard policing resource can address without structural reform. The committee observed that tactical law enforcement responses alone, without structural reform of station-level officers' integrity and socioeconomic interventions targeting at-risk youth, are insufficient to produce lasting security provisions. Committee observation on Kisumu West Sub-County. The committee observed that the border TAF war on August 2025 revealed the extent to which organized criminal interests have penetrated the transportation economy of the sub-county and the city more broadly. The Nyanza Regional Police Commandant's own acknowledgement of the need for an additional operational vehicle confirms the criminal and resourcing of policing in the sub-county. The committee was not persuaded by the additional resources alone without a fundamental review of the policing strategy and officer accountability in Kisumu West will produce durable security improvement. The committee observed that the rural character of Seme sub-county combined with the poor road infrastructure in certain areas creates insignificant gaps in policing coverage and gives perpetrators, particularly those committing domestic violence and agricultural theft, effective immunity. The committee observed that any security strategy for SEME that does not incorporate specific GBV, that is gender-based violence, prevention and response mechanisms, will fail to address the primary dimensions of insecurity facing its communities. Community observations on Nyando sub-county. The committee observed that the locations of the Aero police station is a known floodplain, rendering it periodical and entirely inoperable. It's a governance failure of the first order. The submission of police station, a market, a hostel, and secondary school in May 2024 represents a predictable and preventable collapse of essential services. The committee observed that the failure to relocate or flood-proof the Aero police station after multiple incidences of submission is excusable and demands an immediate engineering solutions as a matter of constitutional agency. Committee observation on Muhoroni sub-county. The committee observes that the leasing of Muhoroni Sugar Company to West Valley Sugar Company in May 2005 offers a genuine opportunity to address the root economic causes of insecurity by gender-based violence in the sub-county. The committee strongly observed the need for the county government to enforce the lease, employment creation, and farmer payment commitments. The committee observed that the designation of Muhoroni as a primary gender-based violence hotspot is consistent with the well-documented interactions between economic stress, substance abuse, and domestic violence, and that targeted interventions is overdue. Committee observation on Nyakach sub-county. The committee observed that the cattle rustling crisis in Nyakach is not a traditional or opportunistic crime, It is a structured criminal enterprise with an indefinable commercial supply chain. The scale of crisis span multiple decades and costing lives, property, and livelihoods. Is grossly disappropriate to the official response it has received. The committee observed that the allegations of the law enforcement complicity in the cattle rustling network are of the same character as the allegations of complicity in the drug trafficking documented in Kisumu Central, namely the capture of state security institution by criminal interests and demand investigations of the equivalent agency and rigor. The committee, having reviewed the state of security in all 7 sub-counties of Kisumu County and having analyzed the submissions made, recommended, pursuant to the standing orders of the Kisumu County Assembly and County Governments Act, number 17 of 2012, that the House adopts this report and approves the transmission of the report together with the following resolutions to the relevant national and county authorities for immediate action. A, the clerk of the county assembly transmits this report to the chairperson of the Independent Policing Oversight Authority, that is IPOA, requesting IPOA to initiate on its own motion, pursuant to section 6A of the IPOA Act, a comprehensive investigation into the conduct and management of the Nyalenda Police Station and any other stations in Kisumu County where credible allegations of misconduct have been raised within 30 days of the receipt of this report. B, the clerk of the county assembly transmits this report to the Inspector General of Police of the National Police Service, requesting him to, number 1, immediately interdict the officer commanding station, Nyalenda Police Station, and any other officers specifically and credibly implicated in criminal conduct pending the outcome of the IPOA investigation. Roman 2, conduct an urgent operational audit of all police stations in Kisumu County with respect to vehicle availability, officer strength, patrol schedules, and patrol compliance. And Roman 3, address as a matter of urgency the absence of an operational vehicle at Nyalenda Police Station. C, the clerk of the county assembly transmits this report to the chairperson of the National Police Service Commission, requesting the National Police Service Commission to conduct a mandatory suitability and competency vetting of all officers currently posted at the Obunga Police Station, Iboso Police Station, Masaria Police Station, Nyalenda Police Station, at any other stations in Kisumu County implicated in the findings of IPOA investigation within 90 days of conclusion of that investigation. D, the clerk of the county assembly transmits this report to the requester of public prosecutions, requesting that office to assign a dedicated prosecution team to review all investigation files transmitted by IPOA relating to Kisumu County and to promptly institute criminal proceedings against all implicated individuals, including police officers, political actors, and civilians, where the evidentiary threshold prescribed by the Article 157 of the Constitution of Kenya 2010 is met. E, the clerk of the county assembly transmits this report to the chairperson of the Ethics and Anti-Corruption EACC, requesting the commission to investigate the specific allegations of political interference with the law enforcement operations and judicial proceedings in Kisumu County, as disclosed in the evidence before this committee. F, the clerk of the county assembly transmits this report to the cabinet secretary responsible for interior and national administration, requesting that the Ahero police station in Nyando sub-county be relocated or comprehensively flood-proofed, and that a permanent engineering solution to its periodic inoperability be designed and implemented within 180 days. G, the clerk of the county assembly transmits this report to the governor of Kisumu County, requesting the following government executive to, 1, conduct an urgent audit of the public security lighting across all 7 sub-counties and present a fully funded remediation plan to the County Assembly within 60 days. 2, design, fund, and launch a target TVET enrollment and youth empowerment programs for out-of-school and unemployed youth across 7 sub-counties with measurable employment outcome targets to be reported to the County Assembly quarterly. And 3, develop and implement a specific funded gender-based violence prevention and response strategy for the 3 zone hotspot sub-counties of Seme, Muhoroni, and Nyakach, including accessibility, reporting mechanisms, safe houses, and survivor support services. The clerk of the County Assembly transmits this report to the Nyanza Regional Commissioner and Kisumu County Commissioner, requesting them to convene an immediate multi-agency security summit for Kisumu County, resulting in a sub-county specific time-bound operational security plan for each of the 7 sub-counties to be submitted to the County Assembly for information within 45 days. Roman 1, the Sectoral Committee on Justice and Legal Affairs maintains active oversight over the implementation of these resolutions through quarterly progress hearings with the heads of all relevant agencies until the committee is satisfied that recommended actions have been substantially implemented. J, the Sectoral Committee on Justice, Legal Affairs and Security initiates the drafting of a county community safety and crime prevention bill, establishing formal mechanisms for county national government cooperation on security matters and creating a statutory framework for county level crime prevention interventions for prevention to the County Assembly for presentation for presentation to the County Assembly in the next available legislative sessions. And with that, Madam Speaker, allow me to invite my colleague, Honorable Tom Odhiambo, the acting majority leader, to second.
Yes, Honorable Tom Nyauke.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I want to thank the chair for the elaborate report that he has just read before us, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, the issue of insecurity has been a thorn in the flesh, particularly of recent times. Madam Speaker, it is indeed a constitutional obligation even for this particular assembly to look into the said insecurity in this beloved county of Kisumu. Madam Speaker, the committee has done quite a bit of research. They have referred to quite a number of meetings and the consultations that they have had with the national government bodies who are in charge of security apparatus and offices. And Madam Speaker, the report itself has also singled out, particularly the report that came from Nyakach on what they really observed. Madam Speaker, in Nyakach, we also do have quite a lot of challenges, particularly the cattle rustling with our neighbors there. And Madam Speaker, I want to thank the committee because if you look at the recommendations and the resolutions that they have brought before this House, Madam Speaker, sorry, I think, and I'm of the opinion that when followed up properly, the resolutions that they have come up with will tremendously control. If not, I don't want to say we'll be able to rectify the whole situation, but I think it is a step in the right direction if all these resolutions will be taken into consideration. Madam Speaker, I think as members going forward, as members of implementation, it is also important that once we adopt, as I request my colleagues to help adopt this report, because adopting this report means we are moving ahead, or a step ahead, in actually coming up with a solution to this and very popular situation that has been taking place in terms of insecurity. Madam Speaker, with that few remarks, I beg to second.
Honorable members, a motion on adoption of the report of Administration of Law, Justice, Constitutional Affairs, Good Governance and Security Committee on the inquiry into the state of the security in Kisumu County has been presented and seconded. I want to propose a question, and I propose that the motion is open for debate. Honorable Peter Basso.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I rise in support of this report before this House. Madam Speaker, let me start by applauding the committee for the job well done. The report before this House is about insecurity within this county. And as you know, insecurity is at the core towards the development of this county. So without security, development will stagnate. So, Madam Speaker, as I always say, Kenya is governed by the rule of law. And the buck stops with the police, who are the enforcers of these laws. So I want to plead with those who are mandated to enforce these laws to please enforce these laws so that we reduce insecurity in this county. Thirdly, Madam Speaker, I've seen and also I've been a victim. Just recently, one of my cousins was hit by these Dimbo boys around Koloa area. And they affect your daily routines. And fortunately, this guy did not die, but he was left with the health issues until today. So it's a matter that we should not take just for granted. It's a matter that we should give a key eye so that this issue be dealt with. Lastly, Madam Speaker, there is rise in insecurity because of lack of employment, the rapid growth in population, and also the urbanization that is catching up with the most parts of this county. So the government should also see into this. There were companies that were working here before, nowadays they're not working. And this has reduced employment opportunities within the county. And many of our boys or girls have become jobless in this county. So these are some of the issues that should be given keen attention. That's my submission. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Yes, The Deputy Speaker, Honorable Nereo Kombo.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I rise to support the adoption of this report. Mr. Speaker, even though we know that security is not devolved, Madam Speaker, we know security is not devolved, but it is good to know also that the governor of the county co-chairs, or rather is the deputy chair. He co-chairs, He co-chairs the County Security Council. And so, Mr. Speaker, as the committee recommends that we share this report with the Office of the Governor to refer it for further action, Madam Speaker, it is very quiet in order, and I support. Madam Speaker, Manyata has been mentioned severally in this report. As a member representing Manyata, Madam Speaker, I want to agree that there is indeed insecurity in Manyata. And I would love, Madam Speaker, to be helped to arrest the situation. In Manyata B, unless you are known like they know me, you cannot walk past 10. We call them the Dimbo boys. They are very young boys between 12 years to 18, hardly above 20 years. I don't know what has happened, Madam Speaker, but it is true. The other day, yesterday, there is a lady who was killed around Kachok. Sometimes last month, there is a lady who was killed. Unfortunately, that was the husband. And she left 2 young boys. A number of deaths, because even the committee records at least 6 gang-related deaths and over 260 something gang-related attacks treated in hospitals. Madam Speaker, there are so more that have not been reported. Unfortunately, as a county, we can only recommend. And the senior personnel in charge of security in this in this region are the police. I want to recall, Madam Speaker, there was an incident in my ward late last year. There is a boy who died. Before his death, Madam Speaker, there were commotions. There were some supremacy battles, wrangles around the stage. And a team was driven out of the stage by another, the Kisumu bus park. So the boy who died belonged to the team that was driven out of the bus park. And before they were driven out, I think, Madam Speaker, a fight arose, and a member of the other team that remained was knifed by the other team. So when this boy died, this other team came to revenge at his funeral. And one of the boys was badly knifed by this other team. Stabbed or knifed. You could be stabbed with a panga or any other thing, but he was knifed. Madam Speaker, so many other things followed that event, and I was called by the security personnel. And I remember, Madam Speaker, in that room, we were 3. It was me, the CCIO, and the county commander of police in a closed door meeting at Kisumu Central Police Station. 2 days later, Mr. Speaker, I meet the head of the other gang that drove this other team out of the bus park. I met him at Shandarana supermarket. He sees me and he starts shouting from the door, "You went to the police with my name. I have everything that you told the police. Those people are in my pocket, I pay them. So everything you tell the police, they'll come and tell me." So, Mr. Speaker, whatever happens, and insecurity is increasing because people have no faith. Like, you don't want to tell me that I can go back to the police and tell them what is happening in Manyata. So much is happening. But you go there and they tell the same people, your MCA came here, this is what she said. So, Madam Speaker, even as we recommend for action by these same people, I think more than that needs to happen, because we need to have faith in the police for effective community policing to help our society. Otherwise, Madam Speaker, I support the adoption of this report.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Going by the mood of this Honorable House, may I call the mover to reply?
Yes, Honorable Moses Ochele.
Thank you once more, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, when I saw my brother, Honorable Seto Kumu, on his feet, I thought he would emphasize the insecurity situation in Seme, where women are battered every day, children are raped by even the security officers and the leaders. I thought he would have emphasized that. But I think maybe is kind of not proud of what is happening. But I think this is where he should have poured his heart.
On a point,
Madam Speaker, as we talk of the public participations.
Switch off your mic. Honorable Seto Committee is not allowed. Honorable Ochele is replying. Proceed.
Honorable Speaker, when we came, the first time we arrived for the third assembly, Madam Speaker, Nyakach sub-county was leading in gender-based violence. And a meeting was organized at Honorable Nyaoke's ward, where all major stakeholders in Nyakach sub-county were invited, and indeed they attended. And some even attended from the NGOs, the NCCK representatives, all over the Republic, just to talk on gender-based violence and rape cases. And Madam Speaker, it was discussed at length, and leaders of the community agreed that a reduction of such kind of practices will reduce. And today, Madam Speaker, I can probably state that Nyakach has really improved, and I think my brother should have emphasized on the same. We want the same kind of civic education to be conducted in Seme. The leaders of Seme, it is high time that you convene a similar meeting so that we talk to our people. Madam Speaker, in this report, the committee has recommended the report to be relayed to a number of state departments and government agencies for onward action. Madam Speaker, the case of police and their contribution to insecurity cannot go without mentioning. Recently, in my own sub-county, Nyando sub-county, for about 6 months, nobody could dare walk alone past 6 in the evening. Before even the sun sets, nobody could dare walk out. Be it a woman or a man, you could not walk out alone in Ahero. Why? Because a terror gang had been organized, funded by a senior state officer in this republic, Madam Speaker. And they were even built for a nice office around total area. And Madam Speaker, it took the intervention of serious citizens, organized border riders, to come out and cure this situation. And Madam Speaker, it is shocking that in December, Christmas of 2025, these same gangs were treated to a luncheon where bulls were slaughtered by Ahero police station. Who funded this, Madam Speaker? It is the government. So the government sponsored, trained, funded, and even treats these terror gangs just because they are terrorizing people. Madam Speaker, it is very sad because when it comes to that level where the persons in charge of our security is again training, funding people to assault members of the community, it is very sad. And even with this recommendation, I doubt if much will be achieved. The time I and leader of majority, myself, leader of majority, and Honorable Abil Nyasuna went to the county commissioner's office here at Prosperity Building, and we raised a number of issues. And county commissioner widely just told us off that there's nothing much his team can do. He fell short of mentioning why his team cannot do anything. Madam Speaker, we are worried as a people. We are very much worried. Madam Speaker, come to Kisumu Central and Kisumu East, where leaders can now not attend public gatherings because you attend at your own risk. Recently, our own Honorable Koyo or Central Kisumu was attacked in a very human way. They searched Mheshimiwa. They searched even the bedroom of Mheshimiwa, searching for money. Madam Speaker, and nobody could help him. And he was being embarrassed in the full glare of camera and the police officers who could not even raise a finger at these boys. So, Madam Speaker, it is very, very serious that us as leaders, we should join. It is not a matter of bringing reports, but we as an assembly, we must see a way of having a serious dialogue with the leadership of this county in terms of national security. And we need even, Madam Speaker, to book an appointment with the national, the person in charge with interior. That is the Waziri, we call him CS Murkomen. So that we tell them our plight. What is happening here is life-threatening. We cannot sustain it any further. Therefore, Madam Speaker, I want to believe, and I believe, that anybody who has felt the brunt of this insecurity should come up and join hands with this assembly so that we move forward. Madam Speaker, through engagement of this committee and national security, the cattle rustling level has gone down in Nyakach, in Nawasionjiko, in Muroni, and in East Kanawawidi, where our neighbors, in coalition with our people, were raiding our homes. And if you dare threaten them, they kill you. They kill you in the daytime, they kill you at night. But I think the level of engagement has really reduced it. And also I think this issue of two-term, one-term has also played a role. Our neighbors are talking like, why attack a brother? Why should we endanger the life of a brother or deny a brother a livelihood? I think to date, that scenario has really gone down. And as Madam Speaker, I appreciate members who are here, members who have contributed, and members who have the same opinion that the dialogue on insecurity in Kisumu County should be taken to a higher level. Let's join hands and save our county. Let our people be free to trade, be free to farm, be free to interact without threat by our own children. Thank you, Madam Speaker. I reply.
Honorable members, now that the motion on adoption of the report of Administration of Law, Justice, Constitutional Affairs, Good Governance and Security Committee on the inquiry into the state of security in Kisumu County has been presented, seconded, and debated, I want to put a question, and I put that as many as of the opinion that the motion on adoption of the report of Administration of Law, Justice, Constitutional Affairs, Good Governance and Security Committee on the inquiry into the state of security in Kisumu County be adopted as presented and deliberated upon. Say aye. As many as the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. And the motion on adoption of the report of Administration of Law, Justice, Constitutional Affairs, Good Governance and Security Committee on the inquiry into the state of security in Kisumu County has been adopted today. Thursday, 14th May 2026 at 15:26 hours. And I want to direct that the recommendations of this report and that of the House debate be forwarded to the relevant department for action and implementation. I also direct that the implementation committee to follow up on the implementation of the same. Next order.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And all members, there's no any other business to transact in the order paper.
Honorable members, let's be upstanding. There being no any other business to transact, the House stand adjourned till Tuesday, 19th May 2026 at 2:30 p.m.